Well, hello there. It's Tuesday, and I have my final scrapbook video for you that is Christmas related. I know it's been a long time coming, and thank you for bearing with me, but I just didn't feel the need to miss out on bringing you some of these fun little layouts that I got to create. And then the next video should involve spring. So I did go ahead and grab a cut file, big surprise. And I mainly used the Make-A-Wish exclusive products from the Hip Kit Club November main kit and cardstock add-on. I'm trying to remember where I got the cut file from. Okay, so I just checked, and it is from Confessions of a Paper Addict, and it is simply called December. So I love these cut files. I've really been enjoying them recently, and I'm just going to back them with some scraps from my stash and some of the scraps that are left over from the November kit. And I got a little bit of that black ink on the outside of the cut file, and you can see I just used a little bit of white acrylic paint to cover that, and you can't tell unless you're really looking for it, but I would never suggest using a felt tip black ink pen. I don't know why I grabbed for that. Normally I use a pencil, so I went ahead and switched that out, and here I'm just going to continue to back the cut file. Now, I have noticed with some of these more intricate pieces that it's kind of hard to get into every little corner and crevice, and sometimes you cannot go ahead and cut the outside just on your silhouette because there's so much detail. So it does take a while to do this, but I just absolutely love the outcome. And so some files are more intricate than others. I've noticed Paige Evans files are pretty intricate compared to, say, Confessions of a Paper Addict or Cut to You. Those are some of the companies that I like to buy them from, or even Hip Kit Club. So yeah, I just went ahead and backed it with those scraps, and I love the color palette on this. It's got a lot of soft colors, but then some pops of red. And this background paper that I'm going to use came from that November kit, and it is from the Make-A-Wish collection, as well as some of these papers that I'm going to back this fun little photo of a baby Ella playing on her mat. And it's more of a close-up. I know the last one was baby Ella on her mat, but this one you can see that little grin on her face. And she does have just an amazing personality. Most of the time she's a very happy baby, and she really likes attention, and she does like to command a room for that attention. So she will clap for you. She will mimic sounds that you make to her. She'll try to make those sounds. So she's always trying to say juju when I practice juju with her, because that's my nickname for her. And she's just a joy. Like I said in the last video, she's a joy to be around, and she really made Christmas special this last year. So I am going to cut a little notch out of the top because I felt like it was a little bit low, that the cut file was a little bit low and everything was kind of heavy falling towards the bottom. But I'm going to rectify that with this little cutout and then some of the ephemera pieces that are from that November kit. So I just wanted to make sure that it had some weight at the top. So I'm looking through some of the alphas and the floral ephemera and some of these adorable icons, and there were some fairly large pieces in there, and one of them is a snow globe, and I'm gonna grab that and put it up at the top, on top of that letter D, and you're gonna see how well that balances the page out here in a moment. So just kind of interviewing. I had some sprigs of florals that I placed around. I'm going to glue those down. Here is that large snow globe that has the little houses in it. I thought I would use that little lantern at the bottom, but I don't. And even though I get a little heavy-handed with some embellishments here, I don't feel like it's overdone. Typically, when you use a cut file, it is such a statement piece on your art that you don't need to do a lot of embellishing. But if you've followed me for a while, you know I just kind of can't help myself and have a tendency to build out my clusters and get a little heavy with embellishments on occasion. And I feel like I do that here, but it works. It really works for the layout. So I'm just going to continue to add some of those ephemera pieces. That little striped Christmas tree I thought balanced the red at the bottom of the page and in the picture very well. And I'm going to move around at the bottom here and create a little cluster with these trees and a little stack of presents from that same little ephemera pack. So I got a lot of use out of this ephemera pack for this layout, and I really do love how it turned out. So I'm going to find this little present stack and I'm going to end up popping it up. I have gone through a ton of double-sided tape lately, so I did recently order some. But before cut files, I would use a roll. Probably it would take me, I would say, 8 or 9 months. And it seems like I'm going through the double-sided, like the big set, the big roll of Scotch double-sided tape. I seem to be going through it in about 3 months now. So another good idea that I do on occasion, when I remember to plug in my glue gun, I use old chipboard that I no longer need or will use, and I'll glue that to the back of my pieces so that that pops them up. But I kind of get excited about creating and then forget to turn in my glue gun, turn it on, or I leave it on and ruin it and end up having to buy another one. Thank goodness the little ones are cheap. But yeah, if you run out of things, like I know a lot of people use that cheap foam from Michael's that has this one sticky side and then one slick side. But my experience with that, I've bought a couple of pieces and everything slides around on the slick side that you add glue to. And once I lay something down, I am a stick and commit girl. I do not want it to move. I do not want it to fall to the bottom of my page protector. I am very overly cautious, so I use score tape. I use that Scotch double-sided tape. I use glue. I mean, I want things to stay exactly where I put them. So I will spend the extra time or money in order to do that. And I just don't seem to do well with that little cheap foam tape that you get from Michael's or Walmart or wherever people get it. I only bought like a couple of pieces and it didn't work out. So fortunately I didn't invest in a whole stack. But I did pop up this title, Merry Christmas, and I did dig into those alphas from the kit and spelled her name, Ella. And it's my nickname for her. I nickname everything. So of course, you know, she has to be Ella. Her middle name is Elora, and I thought Ella was just a beautiful nickname and name that would be special between her and I. So that's what I call her, and she calls me Juju for good karma. I've been called Juju since we got our dog in 2007, so because I didn't want to be called Grandma. So we're sticking with Juju because it works. But that's it. That's the layout. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still trying to get my photos to come out straight. Not sure what's going on there, and should probably spend some more time editing them before putting them in the video. But I appreciate you watching, and I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.